have to admit that my tutoring business is going really well, finally, but let's cue the intro first. Hey guys, welcome to PEZ Talks. As some of you know, I am Jessica and I have my very own English tutoring business where I tutor students from 6th to 12th grade, as well as a couple of younger and older students. This week, even though I admit that my tutoring business is going pretty well right now, we are in full swing of tutoring season. Really, in February and March, things tend to pick up because in January, there's still a little bit of the sluggishness of people coming out of holiday season, but then February, March, April, and May, things are pretty busy, and then summer things will peter out a little bit. But I wanted to talk to you about booking and overbooking yourself. So if you are a small business owner or an employee of something, you know that you're going to be working for your money, at least for a while, at least until you become an investor or you find buried treasure or something. After I left the classroom, I was bound and determined to make just as much money as I had been in the classroom, if not more. As a first-year teacher, I was making around $40,000. So if I wanted to continue making that meant making $3,333 per month, which is $833 per week. So that meant if I charged $40 an hour of tutoring services, I needed 20 hours of tutoring. It doesn't really matter how many students I had. I could have had 1, I could have had 10, but that meant 20 hours I needed. So that's 20 hours out of my week. You have to save money for taxes and you have to factor in all of that planning time. And I admit, maybe it was greed, maybe it was just my drive to succeed, but I thought, when I began tutoring, I had quite a bit of open free time. When I began teaching for the homeschool family, that was locked in at 4 days a week, so I had more time in the day to fill. Through meeting other tutors and through word of mouth, I was fortunate enough to finally add more people. If you're charging $40 or $50 an hour, you can still take on more people, but the more people you take on, you have to remember that you need to give your students and parents quality work. Common sense tells you that the more you're taking on and the more you're filling those hours in the day, suddenly that quality work becomes, well, a bit rushed. And so that's how I was feeling last week. I thought, wait a minute, I thought that I wanted my business to grow. I wanted to see my business bank account grow even faster. I wanted to hurry up and grow that account so I can invest that money back into the business. So if you're trying to decide how many hours you can withstand, take a look at your calendar. Just take it out and look at all the gaps that you have. Think about, do you have travel time from your original job? Do you have family things you have to do? Mark out those times. Then look at whatever is remaining. That remaining time, well, those are workable hours. If you begin filling those times and you suddenly have overbooked yourself, you're going to feel awfully guilty by having to change times or back out. I mean, tutoring is not exactly like teaching in the classroom, but I think we all know if you're tutoring back to back, you have to be ready for that next student. If they're coming into your Zoom room, you better hope that you have some tab pulled up and you're ready for them. If you're not, then you're not allowing yourself enough time to plan for those people. So what are the signs for feeling burned out? One of mine is when I realize I'm having trouble moving. So if I'm sitting on the couch and I'm watching TV, I have my laptop, maybe I'm preparing for the next student. When I realize, I don't feel like getting up, that's a problem. If I need to get up for the homeschoolers, then I realize that after them, I have 4 or 5 other students that I'm not quite prepared for, I'm going to have trouble getting up out of bed. If I need to email a parent, print off something for the homeschool parents, send a new Zoom link, create something for Canva, for YouTube, and I just end up staring at my computer, that's another sign of burnout. When I feel like crying for absolutely no reason at all, that's another sign of burnout. So with all this said, I realized that I need to stop worrying about filling up every precious moment I have and to just be happy with the clients that I do have. So you might find yourself really happy about the opportunities that you have. You finally have some of those open slots booked. If you're not fully booked, you need to celebrate right now. You have that precious free time to clean your house, prepare for the next client, prepare for the upcoming students. You're going to have more people eventually. It just takes time. It took time for me simply because I wasn't sure how I could balance my calendar. When you are pretty busy and your calendar is full, try that out for a couple of months and decide, do I like being this busy? Can I handle more students? You might want to create a wait list and tell people, hey, I am kind of busy right now. I want to give your student my full energy, like your full focus that you need. You get to do that now, remember. You don't have those 30 kids in the classroom or your 9-to-5 job, whatever you had before. I heard some very awesome advice from a friend and business coach, Jessica Lucy, and she said that if you're trying to make your to-do list for the day and that list keeps growing and growing, you need to stop and just decide what are the top 3 most important, or perhaps the top 4 most important things I have to get done today. For me, it's always planning for my students. Even if I'm already prepared for their lessons, I always want to give myself time to pull up tabs and make sure, okay, if I'm going to show them this document today, I'm going to show them this video, whatever it is, then I need to do that right then instead of having to waste time doing that during the lesson. If I need to email a parent, that will be on there too. If I have a QuickBooks invoice to send out, that's pretty important. If I need to fold the laundry, you can put that off till forever. Believe me, that thing can wait, at least most of the time. So, are you a fully booked tutor? If you are, comment below. If you're not fully booked yet and you think you will be soon, let me know. If you've ever experienced that burnout where you're sitting still and you can't move, comment below because we should talk. All right, guys, this is Jessica from PEZ Talks, and I'll see you next time.